Hi everyone, my name is Michael Durazio. My teammates are Ben, Brooke, and Jana. And for our project for organizational behavior, we focused on the generational disconnect at Planet Fitness in Wakefield. To start off, we're going to do a little bit of an introduction for our project, starting with the organization itself. Planet Fitness is a national fitness franchise that is well known for its judgment-free zone environment. The location that we picked is Wakefield, Rhode Island, and this specific gym has a wide range of members, all the way from high school students to older adults. The reason we chose this location is because several of our team members go here, so we're familiar with it, and we noticed that there is a clear difference in how younger employees interact with older members. The organizational behavior issue that we've studied is the generational disconnect between these younger staff members and the older members that go to the gym. This specific issue affects communication, employee confidence, and daily work experience for these staff members. So now we're going to look at the organization itself a little bit deeper and the background on it. Like I said, Planet Fitness is one of the largest fitness franchises in the US, and the judgment-free zone philosophy that it's known for is all about trying to tell people that it is inclusive and a beginner-friendly fitness where they have trainers for people that are just starting out or older people that need that assistance and help. The location in Wakefield, Rhode Island that we are taking a look at and studying, like I said, has a wide range from teens all the way up to seniors, so it is a wide variety. But the staff that works there is primarily younger employees aging from 18 to 25. And this Planet Fitness is led by the general manager that is a 23-year-old and oversees about 15 employees. So why does this location matter for organizational behavior? Well, it is a clear mix of the younger staff and older members that go there. And there are many interactions between these groups that highlight the generational differences and the challenges that come with it. So it is a perfect environment to study the communication challenges and the employee experience. Moving on to the organizational behavior issue itself. Well, the issue we studied is generational disconnect, and that is between the younger employees that work at Planet Fitness and the older members that go there. And specifically, some of the differences in their communication styles, the expectations that some of these members have, and the comfort levels between them. So, why does this issue matter? Well, it matters because it is a great factor in the confidence of younger employees and what they feel at work, and it impacts the motivation, job satisfaction, and emotional labor of these employees. It also can lead to misunderstandings between the two and tense interactions. So, some concepts that are connected to this organizational behavior issue is perception and stereotypes, emotional labor, communication barriers, and role clarity and job satisfaction.
Hi, my name is Jana. For this project, my role focused on observing organizational behavior issues and connecting them to real workplace experiences. I'll be presenting our research methods and two key findings from our study at Planet Fitness in Wakefield. For our research methods, we use two main approaches, an interview and an employee survey. First, we interviewed Abby, the 23-year-old general manager at Planet Fitness in Wakefield. She gave us detailed insights about communication issues, staff experiences, and overall workplace culture. Second, we created a 15-question employee survey using 1 to 5 scale. The survey focused on communication, confidence, teamwork, and member interactions. For team contributions, Mike led the interview and coordinated with Planet Fitness. Ben created and organized the survey data. I handled observations and organizational research, and Brooke connected our findings to OB theories. One of the biggest findings was communication differences between older members and younger staff. Older members usually prefer slower and more formal communication, while younger employees communicate more casually and faster. These two styles often clash and lead to misunderstandings, and during busy shifts, even small miscommunications can escalate quickly. In our interview, Abby shared an example. A younger member snapped at an older lady, and the older member got very upset. This shows us how tone and wording strongly impact older members. Another major issue was found is age-based assumptions. Some older members assume younger employees are inexperienced or are not knowledgeable. Because of this, younger staff often feel underestimated. These assumptions affect their confidence and overall comfort at work. Sometimes young employees feel like they have to prove themselves. Abby told us that people often assume younger equals stupid or not capable. She also shared that some older members don't believe that she's the one in charge and ask for someone else to talk to. This directly impacts morale.
Hello, my name is Ben, and I'm going to be continuing with our key findings, specifically training gaps and emotional labor. So, for training gaps, what we found was there was no formal training on how to work with different age groups. Training mostly just covers policies, cleaning, and basic customer service. Younger employees often figure things out on their own during interactions. This leads to an uncertainty during tough situations with older members as they are unsure what to do. Emotional labor. We found that, younger staff must stay patient and polite even when older members are frustrated. These type of interactions can certainly be mentally draining over time. And then a direct quote from the manager, Abby, was, "You were never taught how to be professional until your job requires it," which highlights the lack of generational communication training. What our findings show, we found that generational disconnect affects younger employees' confidence and comfort. Miscommunication and age-based assumptions create tension in daily interactions. Lack of training leaves younger staff unsure how to handle certain situations. And then key OB concepts connected from the book. We found that perception and stereotypes, older members often make assumptions about younger workers, and then communication barriers, different expectations led to misunderstandings. The emotional labor, we found that younger staff must stay patient even in difficult interactions. And then role clarity, we found that minimal training leads to uncertainty in how to respond. And then the supporting research came from Finkelstein from 2023, and we found that generational differences in communication styles can create workplace misunderstandings.
Here are some recommendations we came up with to help reduce a generational disconnect at Planet Fitness. First, we suggest a generational communication training session for the younger employees. We found that the most misunderstandings come from different communication styles and not from bad intentions. Older staff prefer more patient, clear, and more formal communication, while younger staff often communicate more casually and at a faster pace. A quick training could help the younger staff understand these preferences and avoid any miscommunications or conflicts. Next, we also recommend increasing positive feedback from the management. Instead of only hearing from management for a conflict, it would be beneficial for the management to recognize good work, which will lead to build confidence and increase motivation for the employees. This can also lead to better interactions with the members overall. We also suggest a weekly check-in. This would be just a short meeting where the staff can discuss their challenges, strategies, and successes from the week. This creates a comfortable space for staff to talk about their interactions with older members, and they can also learn from each other and build consistency across the whole team. Finally, we recommend having a simple one-page communication expectation sheets for new hires. This would outline things like tone, patience, and best practices for interacting with older adults. This will set a clear standard from day one and make sure every new employee understands the expectations of the workplace even before they start their training. Now I am going to explain why these recommendations will actually work and how they will improve the workplace at Planet Fitness. First, they will improve role clarity. By giving younger staff clear expectations and basic communication training, they will feel more prepared and confident, especially during those interactions with older members that might be difficult for them. Next, these challenges reduce emotional labor. Weekly check-ins and more management presence can give younger staff actual support. So when difficult situations come up, they're not dealing with it alone, and this makes those moments a lot less draining for them. We also build psychological safety. When employees get positive feedback and a safe space where they can ask questions or bring up any concerns they may have, they're more willing to speak up on them and learn from them. This leads to overall better interactions within the workplace. Our recommendation also strengthens communication. The generational communication will help solve those misunderstandings and age-based assumptions that are driving disconnect between older members and younger staff. And finally, all of this increases organizational commitment. When younger employees feel supported, like their management cares, they are also more likely to succeed, to stay engaged, and to feel connected within their workplace. To wrap it up, our project showed that the generational differences play a clear role in the day-to-day experience of a young staff member at Planet Fitness. A lot of the challenges they mentioned were tied to age-based assumptions, different communication styles, and not always feeling prepared for interactions with older members. These communication gaps and lack of structured training make some employees feel less confident and less satisfied in their jobs, especially when conflicts like these occur. At the same time, we found that strong teamwork and a generally positive culture at this location help balance out some of these issues. So the foundation is there, it just needs support. Our recommendations focus on improving communication, increasing support from management, and giving younger employees clear tools and expectations so they feel confident in their roles and comfortable where they are in their workplace. Overall, addressing these areas will help Planet Fitness create a more consistent, supportive, and smoother workplace for all employees while also improving experience for the older members that there may be troubles with.